What's going on, Vape Nation? Job 131 Vapes is back. Today we're doing a long review. It's going to be on 3 drippers from Cigreen. It is their Poseidon series. Alright, so we have the Big Well, and then we have the Poseidon 2, and then we have the Poseidon version 3. So it is a bit long. What I'll do is for your sake, just so I'll split it up. I'll put links to the different zoom views for each one, and then at the end, you can skip to the end if you want and see which one or what I like and what I don't like. But yeah, so this is going to be 3 reviews in a row for 3 RDAs from Cigreen, and it is their Poseidon series. So stick around. Okay, so this is the zoom view of the Cigreen Poseidon Big Well. As you can see, this is a mock unboxing. This is the box that it came in. Cigreen black is the color that I have. See the little Poseidon logo, I guess. It's kind of cool. Or Poseidon picture. And not to be used by persons under 18. So that's nice. And I guess that's their QR sign or QC code or whatever. And so we'll open it up. And there you go. What do you get? Well, I think it's kind of cool that these guys include 4 pre-wrapped coils along with a screwdriver, which is typical, but I mean that's kind of cool. I don't use the coils just because I like wrapping my own, but that's okay. And finally you get the dripper itself. Alright, so there you go. That's what it looks like. And we'll take it down piece by piece and talk about it. Okay, first off, we'll talk about the drip tip. As you can see, you have the Trident logo, or the Poseidon logo. It's a Trident, and the bore is fairly wide. I apologize, guys. I've been vaping on this, so there is a build in there, and it's a bit dirty. But yeah, bore is very nice. I believe this is a Delrin top cap, because it's definitely not aluminum. But yeah, it's a nice bore. Has your one O-ring right there. I like it. So you have your cap, and as you can see, stainless steel. This part is stainless steel. You have your heat dissipation. You have your logo, which I'm not really a big fan of the way they did this, but hey, you're definitely going to know it's a Poseidon. And I believe this portion is aluminum. This one's painted black, and then you have your inside. It's a quad air hole option. Machining is a little bit rough on the inside as far as where the holes are, as you can see, but I mean it's not going to affect performance, so that's not a problem. And as you can, like I mentioned, it is a quad air hole option, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are on the biggest air hole option right now. Then you get gradually smaller, smaller, and smallest. I am currently vaping this on dual coil, and the airflow, I love the airflow on this piece. So that's just me. If you like the airier draws, I think any like single, dual, quad coil that you put in here, I think you'll be happy with it. If you're a big single coil fan and you don't like airier draws, then probably not. And finally we have your deck. Again, I apologize, guys, I do have a build in this. It's a couple of twisted 28 vertical coils. But as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. 4 of the posts that are on the outside are negative, and there it is, a positive right there. The deck is exactly the same as the Poseidon version 3. Well, I'm assuming it's exactly the same. It looks and fits into the Poseidon version 3, so I'm guessing it's the same. The deck is very deep, the well. It's at least 5 millimeters, so that's good. I find that when I'm vaping on this, it actually it's a little while before I actually have to fill it up or or add e-juice again. But yeah, so that's that. You have your double O-rings right there. Flip it over, and this one actually has the Cigreen logo and it says Poseidon. You can see the serial number on this one is number 663. So I guess maybe the other two are coming out, but we'll see. Whatever. That's kind of nice, and you do have a copper pin. Not 100% of this one's adjustable. Let's double check this. I believe this one is adjustable as well. Yep. So slightly it's adjustable copper pin, which is a nice little bonus. I haven't really had a need to use this or adjust it, so that's that. So you put it together. It's fairly easy, and yeah, that is that. So that is the Poseidon big well from Cigreen. And again, next shot, or actually you've seen the build on this, so yeah, that's that. Keep watching. Alright, here is the zoom view and mock unboxing of the Cigreen Poseidon 2. This is a 26650 dripper. As you can see from the box, not to be used for persons under 18. I like that. It gives a little warning. It says Poseidon, and as you can tell on the top, it says Poseidon 2, and it's stainless steel. So you open it up. Again, this is more or less a unboxing. I haven't actually built on this as of yet, but if I can get it open, this is what it is. So you get that open, and inside you get, that's kind of cool. You get 3 pre-wrapped coils. I'm not too sure of the gauge. If you can see, I like how companies are doing that, but I don't really use coils that I don't wrap myself. And you get a screwdriver, so that's that. And then you get the Poseidon 2. Again, like I mentioned, it is a 26650 dripper. It's pretty massive. If you want to compare it to something, this is the other Poseidon, or the regular Poseidon. So size, obviously you can tell it's a bit different. But let's break it down and go through it piece by piece. Okay, so let's start with the individual pieces. First off, let's start with the drip tip. It's there you see the logo. It's nice little laser engraved. It is stainless steel, this drip tip. Man, it's a little bit strange. The bore is sort of wide, but they decided to make it kind of oval. So, but I'm not too sure how that feels on the lips, but obviously give it a try. So yeah, that's a drip tip, and you have your O-ring right there. Next you have your cap, or your middle section. It's fairly big, very nice stainless steel. Heat dissipation rings right here. Adds to the aesthetics. And then you have your logo, Poseidon 2. So I believe that's a laser engraved. And again, well, not again, but this is a triple air hole option. There is no dual or single option. It's just 3 air holes. But again, you do have 4 sizes. This being the biggest, a little bit lower, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, and a little bit on the smallest. And like I said, you have 3 different air holes. Now inside the deck, or inside the bell, I guess, or the midsection, you can see it's stainless steel, like I said, really clean. This one is really clean as far as machining goes. Pretty deep. Yeah, that's that. And finally you have your base. So as you can see, this is meant for 3 coils. One of these are the positive and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. I'm assuming it's positive and the negative, but I'll have to try that out. The deck is fairly deep. We are looking at least 5 millimeter. I think it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, it's at least 5 millimeter. You can see that. Holes on this look to be about the same as the other Poseidons, which is a good thing. You should be able to fit another number of combination of wire gauge and coils and twisted or whatnot. So that's pretty good. You have your clear double O-rings over here. Another little piece there. And on the bottom, no serial number, no name, and you have your copper pin. It's kind of small for a 26650, but that's alright. I mean, just as long as it works, right? So yeah, that's that. And you just put it together. Not bad looking. I actually like the way this looks. So Poseidon, you have their logo there. Poseidon 2, and again, what I really like about this, you can hear that when you switch it over to the different air hole options, that you have an audible click, and it locks into place. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so that is the Poseidon 2. It's 26650 RDA from Cigreen. From here, we'll go to a build, or you'll see the completed build, and yeah, so stick around. Okay, so that's the build I put on the Poseidon 2 26650 RDA. You can see it's 3-coil or tri-coil. Normally, or what the pictures that I saw, the coil should be on the outside. I didn't really want it like that, so I left it on the inside, and I believe, as you can see, I left enough airflow to get through to that, so hopefully it works out okay. But yeah, that's the build. Tri-coil, 3 coils, 28 gauge, about 8 wraps each, and we're looking at a 0.56 ohm build. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put some juice on, and then we'll go to the other view, we'll vape it, and I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. So keep watching. Alright, so here we are in the zoom view of the Cigreen atomizer. This is the Poseidon version 3. So you open it up, and you get your drip tip, and you also get the atomizer, Poseidon version 3. So let's go through the different parts. Okay, so first we'll start with the drip tip. I believe this is aluminum. It's anodized blue, this one that I got. So as you can see, there's the logo, Trident, the Poseidon logo. It's slightly indented for, I guess, for your lips. It is a very wide bore, or fairly wide bore. It's very nice. I like it. And it comes with your 1 O-ring. But yeah, that's that. It's pretty light, and again, that's because it's aluminum. Then you have your cap, I guess. Now I believe the inside part is stainless steel, as you can see, and the outer part that's ribbed, or for the heatsink kind of thing, that's aluminum, and this one's anodized blue as well. It's pretty big. I mean, it's not. It's pretty. I mean, with the heat fins and all that, it's definitely wider than the 22 millimeters. But yeah, it's fairly nice machining. You see the little bit of machining marks over there in the holes, but that's okay. It's on the inside, but as far as finish on the outside, looks pretty good. And finally, you have your deck, 5 posts, as you can see. 4 negative, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the outside, and the positive on the inside. The holes are pretty big, or pretty decent in each post, which is nice. I could fit a double twisted 28 in there, and fits no problem. Well, not no problem, but it'll fit. Double twisted 28 gauge. And the well, as you can see, is fairly deep. We're talking about, let's say that's at least 5 millimeter. Yeah, so it's a fairly deep well. No machine marks in there as well. And you have your double O-rings over here. A little bit of, I guess, decoration or possibly heat dissipation on the deck part there. And then you have your bottom. No markings on this one. No serial number or anything like that. And you do have a copper pin though, which is nice. Okay, so yeah, that's the copper pin, and it seems to be adjustable, so that's kind of nice. But you put it all together, and it's definitely unique looking. The version 3. Now, as you can see, it has it has quad air hole option, so I mean that's the biggest one, so you would see it all 4 sides. Then there's the next one, a little bit smaller after that, and finally the smallest. I've tried dual coils, and breathability is fine, but I do like airy draws, so that's personal preference. Haven't tried a single coil in this yet, but I'm assuming that if you like airier draws, then this shouldn't work out too bad. But I noticed that with this, to turn it to the different adjustable air holes, just for me, all I do is twist on that drip tip. I'm not too sure if that's the way it's supposed to be done, but I think that's the only way it can be done. But as you can see, I'm just turning the drip tip, and it moves over. Right, so one thing I actually want to mention and show you in the zoom view is that the Cigreen version 3 Poseidon, you can see that the base, it's a 22 millimeter atomizer, or at least the base is 22 millimeters, it seems like. This is sitting on a Vape-Tech Overdose right now. But when you put the cap on, it looks pretty weird. Alright, so as you can tell, it's weird to me. I mean, some people might like it. Maybe it's just the blue that's really bothering me, but you can tell it's significantly bigger because of the fins and everything like that. So it's a bit weird looking. But I mean, if you put it on like my Hades clone, this is a copper Hades clone from H Cigar. So you put it on that, I mean 22 millimeter base, and then you put this on, it actually looks like it's right at home. So I'm not 100% sure if this was made for a 26650 mod or if it's just a weird looking dripper for a 22 millimeter regular 18650. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out so you guys get an idea about the way it looks, because that's probably one of the bigger parts of this dripper. Alright, so yes, that's the Cigreen Poseidon version 3. Just to keep in mind as well, this does come in, I believe, 4 or 5 different colors. So again, this is the blue. I believe there's going to be a purple, a yellow, red, and finally a silver or regular aluminum looking. But yeah, after this, we'll go to, you'll see a build, or the build that I put on it. But yeah, that is the zoom view of the Cigreen Poseidon version 3. Alright, so this is the build that I'm going to be putting in on that I put in for the Poseidon version 3. As you can see, getting 0.16 ohms. I'm currently using, or what I wrapped was 4 coil, it's quad coil, 6 wrap, 24 gauge each. And yeah, I'm basically going to see I want to try and get it hot. I don't really vape at this level, but I want to try and get it hot and see if the heat sinks on these actually work. But yeah, that's the build that I'm putting on the Cigreen Poseidon version 3. So let's vape it and I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. Alright, that was a zoom view for all 3 Cigreen Poseidon Series drippers. First I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like about the Poseidon Big Well. What I really like, first of all, is the drip tip. It is very, very nice, very big, a nice big bore. I really like it a lot. Second thing I like a lot about this is the 4 air hole options. I mean, it's constantly a quad air hole option, but you can adjust it. I like big airy draws. I have currently, or I'm enjoying this currently with a dual twisted 28 build on it and a vertical build on it, and I'm loving it. Draws nice and smooth, nice and easy. Still got the flavor, still got a lot of vapor. It's really nice. Build quality on this, generally I don't really like, 5-post drippers. I like using the 3s, but this is fairly easy to build. Quality on this is pretty good. Again, it's light, and it's a great dripper in my opinion. What I don't like, mainly aesthetics. I really don't like the Poseidon logo the way it is, how it's like really out there. But other than that, I mean, if for being nitpicky, only other thing I don't like, but again, it's just from use, because I've been using this I've been using this for at least 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know if you can see that, but the O-rings, the fit is kind of snug with the O-rings. I'm actually shaving off a bit of the rubber O-rings whenever I put it on, so there's a little bit of residue. So that's just being picky, maybe me not being very careful, but I mean, I really like this dripper, and I think it's well worth it. So moving on, this is the Poseidon 2. It's a 26650 RDA, all stainless steel. What I like about this, I actually like the drip tip, even though it's in a weird oval shape. It actually, the drip tip on your lips feels pretty nice, and it's still, pretty big bore for what it is. Again, I really like the 4 air holes. It's adjustable, so you could dial it in. Currently, it's obviously a tri-coil build. Or sorry, did I say 4 air holes? I meant 3 air holes. So yeah, there's 3 air holes, and again, it's plenty airy for almost anything you put in. I think it's a nice build. I mean, easy to build on. Vape's nice. It looks a little bit better because it's not black and it's not as pronounced, but the logo to me is a minus. But it vapes really nice. I like this dripper. 2650, it's nice. What I don't like about it, I mean, you got to do 3 coils generally. I mean, I guess you could get by with 2, but it'll kind of sit weird. So that's a little bit of a minus if you don't like, building 3 coils every time you build it. Another thing, on the biggest air hole option, I get whistling. So that will or can bother people if they choose to go with this one. A little bit of whistling, but the build quality is great. I mean, I'm happy with it. Actually, a minus for all 3, which I didn't mention about the big well yet, is the top cap. I mean, you hear it click, and it's nice and audible whenever you change the position of the air hole or which air hole you want to select. But I haven't figured out a way to like open it up and like clean it. So I'm thinking that even, you may put in boiling water and everything like that, but I'm sure there may be some residue underneath this airflow ring, if you can call it that. And I haven't found a way to open it up so you can clean it, like thoroughly clean the drippers. And that's on all three. So that's a minus to me as well. But as far as vape, build ease, and everything like that, this is a pretty good dripper. Alright, finally we have your Poseidon version 3. What I like about this, again, drip tip, very nice. It's the same as the one on the Big Well. This one actually is aluminum, I believe, and it's anodized blue. So I like it. I like the bore. It's nice and big. I really like that. Secondly, the base is exactly the same as the Big Well. While it is 5 posts, and I'm not really a fan, but I really enjoy building on these. These actually really, it's a nice, good build quality. Its ease of build is very nice, so that's a plus as well. Forgot to mention, on all of them, the well is pretty deep, so it does hold a good amount of juice, so you don't have to be dripping on you don't have to be dripping e-liquid a lot. It lasts pretty long. Other than that, what I don't like, main thing for me is the look. I don't really like the look of this one. It's kind of weird looking, especially on 18650 mod or mech. It's not a look that I enjoy. Just put it that way. Well, they do have different colors. It's weird looking, and like I said, especially on an 18650 mech, it looks really, really strange. But if you enjoy the look, or the other ones in the different colors, you'll probably like this as well, because it does vape. Vape quality is very good. Produces the vapor because of the 4 air holes. Like I said, if you like airy draws, this is definitely something to pick up. Other than that, that's the only thing. For me, the looks. That's the only thing I don't like about this, and the fact that even though it says you could do an 18650, it doesn't look right when it's sitting on an 18650. But obviously, it looks more at home on a 26650, like the Hades that I have here. But vape quality, flavor, everything like that is definitely in this. Now, one thing I forgot to mention as well, the heat sinks, or the heat sink look. It seems to function. Maybe not necessarily when you're vaping it and it gets hot, but definitely cooling down. It does cool down a lot faster than some of my other, some of the other drippers that I do have. So overall, I guess the question is, would I buy these 3? Well, yeah. I mean, for the price, $29 each. You can get them at Community 101 on whackedoutesig.ca, which may or may not be up right now, that website. But you can also check them at Community Vapes at facebook.com. $29 each for any one of these, including the 2650s. I think it's a deal. So yeah, I think all of them are pretty much worth the $29. This one, I may not have picked this one up just because of the look, but definitely the Big Well, I think it's a must-add to your collection. The Poseidon 2, it's a nice dripper for 2650 mods, so I mean, it's something to pick up as well. This one, like I said, just the looks. If you like the look, definitely pick it up because the vape's nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. These 3 from Cigreen Poseidon Series, they're pretty good drippers. Flavor, everything like that is there. I think it's worth it. $29, why not? But yeah, other than that, this is Job 131 Vape saying, keep your wicks wet, and thanks for watching.